I spent the last 15 minutes writing a script, and I realized that I really just don't give a fuck. I don't care enough to write a script. I want to talk about what I want to talk about, and I'm not going to use a script to do that. I'm going to write. I'm not going to write 2 pages that I'm going to read off of every time I do this. Normally, I don't write a script. It was just this time I wanted to say something, but I didn't know how to put it out. You see, when you're born, you're given the tools and you're given the materials. You're not given the vision of what you're supposed to build or how you're supposed to build it, but you're given materials to build. You need vision to build. You need to know what you want. You need to understand it. You need to visualize, adapt, and change anything in your path or anything that you don't understand to make it fit the build. For the last week, I've been reading this book written by David Goggins, and he talks a lot about how nobody cares about the hand that you're dealt. They care about what you can do with that hand. And I realized that I wasn't dealt a bad hand at all. I have anything I could need, and pretty much anything that I could want too. I was also born into an academically efficient family. I was able to get into a school specifically for the field that I'm going to be going into. I was able to get an internship in the field that I'm going into. I have my own gym at home. I have been able to do everything I could possibly want. And I think the problem with that is I never took the time to think, what do I need to be doing? And for the first time today, after I read part of this book, I realized that what I need to be doing is planning. I plan my workouts. I semi-plan my future. I have no clue what I actually want to do. I say I have this grand plan. When people ask, I tell them this grand plan. I want to graduate with my degree, go into college, get my degree, get a job right out of college in a big firm. Once I get I forgot to specify, I want to go into accounting. Once I go through there, I don't get my master's unless they're paying for it. After that, I want to branch out into my own firm, and I want to do my own thing. And I tell people that, but I don't believe that. I don't think that I'll be able to do it. I'm going to be honest. I'm afraid to move out. I don't know what I'm going to be doing after college. Yes, I want to go into accounting. I enjoy it. I work as an accounting intern now, and I do a lot of work. But the problem is, I'm being prepared for work. I don't know how in the hell to pay taxes. I don't know how to buy a house. I don't know how to have a credit card. I don't know how to do a thing that I actually need to know, and it scares me. I have an end destination, but I literally have no clue how to get there. And I know that I'm supposed to create my own path there, and I'm supposed to do my own thing. But man, I got no clue right now. I'm putting in all this work in the gym, and I love it, and I see the results. And the thing is, I know what to do, and I know how to do it to get the results that I want. But life is a little bit different. There's not a formula to life. In the gym, volume, intensity, anything that you can manipulate those things to have a successful workout and to make progress. But in life, there is no such thing as volume and intensity. There's stress, anxiety, there's depression, there's hard work. Yeah, sure, there's happiness, there's excitement. But the problem is, you can't figure out a way to concoct the serum of all of those things to make life perfect. Sometimes you just have to wing it, and I think that is what I'm going to end up doing. Normally I would say go in with a plan, follow the plan, but it's not weightlifting, it's life. I don't get that opportunity. I think that if you're any age at all, it doesn't even matter. You could be a child or you could be an adult. If you're watching this, think about the plan that you had and think about if you knew how to get there. You had the tools and you had the materials, and somewhere along the way you found the vision that was what you wanted, and you put in the work. See, with this weightlifting thing, I've realized what I wanted to an extent. I know I want to be strong. I want to be the best at what I'm doing. But I don't know what I'm doing yet. I have the vision. I don't have the checkpoints to make my way to that final destination. I don't know what I need to hit each time to make sure I'm on track. I just know that I have the drive and I'm willing to do what it takes. And I find that a lot of people don't have that. So that may make me an outlier. I may be extremely competitive and want to be the best, but if I don't have a strategy to be the best, then I'll never be the best. I don't have the checkpoints, and truthfully, I'm really not even close to the best right now. I may be the strongest in my group of 5 friends. I may deadlift the most, and my total may match up with my friend Ryan, who's actually stronger than me. I'm just a technique freak who's figured out certain parts of certain lifts that allows me to almost catch him. When I talk about strength, I'm talking about total. I realized today that when I was reading this book, I read a quote and it said, "Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're finished." And you'll see me in both videos stop to take a breath. This was one of the most painful workouts I've ever had. When I started, my hip flexor was not feeling good. It was aching, and I had to work around that. I had to really warm it up and make sure I felt healthy. It was off camera, but I did do kicks and stuff. But after that, I moved to 225. Still felt that same thing. It wasn't until I got to my first set where I didn't feel anything in my hip flexors anymore. All the stress was on my hamstrings and back. And I know that's what a deadlift is, but it was brutal. I didn't want to do it. A lot of times I couldn't lock out. I struggled. But I thought in my head, I am not done yet. And I also thought to myself, would the best quit right now? Or would the best finish? Would the best finish what they intended to do in their workout? Yes, I know. I only hit 275 for 2 sets of 20, and in the beginning I said I'd be doing 4 sets. But I didn't go into my workout intending to hit 4 sets. I went in intending to hit 2 brutally hard sets. And next week we'll see. Maybe I'll do 315 for my my 2 sets of 20. Once I get to 315 though, I'm going to be just trying to add a set in. Once I do my first day of 2 sets of 20, next day I'm trying to do 3. I don't care how hard it is. In my notebook, I literally wrote while tracking my numbers, I don't care how you feel, you need to get the work done. You may be tired, you may be hurting. Just finish up. It is not a muscular pain, it is psychological. So many times we give up because we think that we can't do it. It's all in your head. If you tell yourself you can't do it, you already can't do it. If you just try your best, you will do it. And if you don't do it the first time, try again. That's what I do. That's what I've been trying to do. And you know what? It's been working. My first week of training, it was terrible. You can look back at it. It was horrible. Didn't work at all. But guess what? That second week, that third week, that fourth week, I think I'm on week 5 now, or I'm approaching week 5. The change has been drastic. I'm now doing my sets of 20 with close to 40 pounds more on all the lifts, possibly even more depending on which lift. Now deadlift, I know that there's bigger room for me to jump because I'm using more muscles. But with bench, I started at around 100 pounds. Maybe a little bit less. I think it was 95. And I didn't even get all 4 sets. Now I'm at 135 for 4 sets of 20. And next week, I'm going to go for 145. Once I get to 185, that's when I'm going to make sure everything is slow and controlled. For squat, I destroyed my hip. It was as simple as that. It's been damaged and it needs to heal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a break. I'm going to control it, whatever that I'm doing, and I'm going to stay healthy. I'm going to do 10 sets of 3 at 135 this week, and next week, 155. And the week after that, 175, and then 195, and then 215, and then 235. And I'm going to go slow, and I'm going to make it work right. Thank you. Have a nice day.